It's Crystal the Foxy Colorist coming to you live from the Fox's Den with a what I have added to my Crayola collection. Today we are going to talk about a lot of products from Crayola's Signature supplies. I hope you guys are excited. I know I am. Let's go. All right, so the first two products on deck are the Portfolio Series water soluble oil pastels. And I was about to catch attitude because I'm like, I don't see Crayola on here anywhere. Where's the Crayola thing? So I was flipping it. I was like, this is a bootleg one. But it's not, y'all. It's right there. But still, I mean, branding is everything. I need consistency, Crayola. And then I was shocked to see these acrylic paint sticks. I was like, show out. Okay, but let's look at this first. This water soluble oil pastels portfolio series. Oh, look at the colors. Yes, get with it. It says color overlay, fill in large areas of light color over dark colors, blend areas of colors with fingers, and then a scrap grito. Lay down shapes of light color over dark, and then scratch away the top layer. I think I have one of those tools. Okay, so I normally don't like opening stuff on camera because I be having problems. There we go. Wow, they look nice. No. Okay, they don't play with me. Wow, guys, these look nice. They do. So I have a test book. I just want to test out these some. I mean, it says water soluble. Let's see if they lying or not. Okay. Show and prove. Don't talk about it, be about it. So this nature scenes book, I got this from Book Outlet. Yes. I was late to the party, but now that I'm there, I'm having a great time. So I think this will be perfect for testing. So let's test. Oh, they have two browns. Hmm. All right, so wow, guys, smooth. I like a crown with the slow hands. A smooth hand. That's very nice. Wow. Let me get the this one right here. Y'all know I gotta get some water since it says it's water soluble. I got these because I thought about Watercolor Wednesday and just trying like, different products. But right now I'm wrestling with ink tints, so you know, can't have too much on my plate. Let's get some water. All right. So of course I went on ahead and put down a little bit of color and did a little test with my water brush. I have these water brushes where you push the side now, and I think I'm doing better with them. But I like this. Now I've laid this color down, the darker on this side. And now the tip of my water brush is just wet a little bit. And I'm just going to go back and forth. Now I wish I had gotten one that was a little bit larger, like the the brush. But I like that. Look at that. Going down. Yeah, I really like these. I really do. Wow, look at that. What really made me pull the trigger or purchase these? What really made me purchase these was the fact that it said oil pastel. I'm used to, them saying gel crown, water soluble gel crown. Um, and when I saw that, I was like, wow, okay, let me get those and test them out. And they're absolutely amazing. We're gonna see if this color turns matte slash ashy once it dries, because I don't like. But right now it's coming through. I hope you guys can see that. Let me turn the spotlight on. Golly, this thing on playing. Um, let me do this other color too. What do you guys think? I think I can knock out a page quickly with these. Where Kirby at? Kirby, where you at? I ain't scared no more. Now detailing. I like this. All right, so these are the Portfolio series for Crayola. They're water soluble oil pastels for wet or dry work. Now, they were talking about some other things that you can do. Um, I call that etching, but I'm certain, that's not the correct term for it. But I bet you could like lay down um, a light color and then a dark color on top of it, and then, like etch it off and give something texture. That would be amazing. Amazing. All right, this is the finished picture of our hedgehog with the Crayola Portfolio series, water soluble oil pastels, 24 colors, absolutely amazing, amazing colors. Now I had put the little smart sheet inside, but we just gonna keep on moving. Yeah, the colors are really nice. They really are. I would definitely recommend this. I would definitely recommend this product. It gets the Fox's Den stamp of approval. So our next supply on deck are our Crayola acrylic. Are they markers? No, acrylic paint sticks. All right, so the next product we're going to be looking at, um, it's the Crayola acrylic paint sticks. Quick dry multi-service paint, 12 paint sticks. It says it draw on dark or light paper, works on multiple surfaces, anti-roll cap. Ooh, I need that. Semi-solid paint sticks that offer rich, creamy colors and lay down smoothly on a variety of papers. Okay, let's see what they got. So when I initially saw them, I was like, oh wow, they look like the Crayola, the Crayola markers, the brush tip pens. And I think I just started using these immediately. I did not show these in a supply haul, but Crayola has felt tip markers as well, and they're absolutely awesome sauce. They are. But let us look at these acrylic paint sticks. Now I have already been playing around with them and testing them some because I just wasn't really I just wasn't really sure about what they were going to do. So, and y'all already broke one. Can't buy me nothing. So let me get this the blue one out. Oh, that sounded horrible. So that one looked like it's been damaged, but it hasn't been. But you know what? This is so funny. This doesn't even roll up. Okay, it does. The other one I just broke it really well, but it just goes on really weird. So I initially tried to just because it says goes on any paper. So I initially tried to just put it on a coloring book page, but the consistency of it is I'm like, okay, so how am I supposed to? The consistency of it is thick. So I was like, well, how do you color with that? Can you move it around with your finger? And it really wasn't moving with my finger or anything. Like I'm thinking like a pastel or something like that would do. So I was like, well, let me see if I could just apply some water to it. Like, what are these things? What are they really about? I even did that, and of course you can see I didn't get the red off the brush, but it just wasn't doing what it needed to do. I mean, I didn't get it. So of course I went to the Crayola site and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this paint, I'm gonna put it on the top, and that's what I did. Ignore all those things falling down. So I basically took the pen. Yeah, okay. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I ain't even gonna say nothing, y'all. Nobody's. Mm-mm. There's a mess. There's a mess. This all caps. It's a mess. Crayola, really? They probably like, it's you. It's you, the colorist. It ain't Foxy. It ain't us. It's you. All right, so I took a little bit of the paint and I put it on like my makeshift palette. And I just kind of smushed it down and try to make it into like a watery, like a watercolor situation, even though it says it's acrylic paint. I probably shouldn't put as much, but I just tried to make like a watery paint out of it because I just was not getting how it was supposed to just come out of that tube and you were supposed to, do something awesome with it. And you know what? Y'all probably can. It's just me. So anyway, I took it. This isn't a good page, but we're gonna make it work. And I like it like this. I really do. This when you put it on a palette like that and turn it into like a watery paste is not the right brush for this. I like the way it performs. I really do. Now, they did show on the Crayola site, like kids drawing with them, but I'm like, golly, that would take like a lot. And the paint is so thick. I mean, the way it's coming out of the tube, I'm like, yikes. But like this, I love it. So this is so funny. So as I was, trying to figure out the best way to use this particular Crayola product, I was like, I got those paint sticks over there. I wonder what's up with them. I hadn't really used them yet, and they're really inexpensive. Crayola, I got project ones and paint sticks or whatever. Okay, I ain't trying to stand in line or nothing like that. So I was like, let me get them out. Busted out. I busted them out, y'all. Um, have you seen these Crayola project sticks? Well, I had those over there in the corner. So I said, well, let me do the same thing with them. Now, see, this one know how to act. Whew, the other one, on my first and last nerve. Okay. The first and last nerve it was getting on. It was. La, 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 la. Again, making a paste or watery. And this is with the project sticks. Okay, that ain't gonna act right. I guess I could add more water, but who wants to do that? Um, so then I was like, okay, let me see if I can correct this monstrosity. But yes, okay, so you can paint with it. You can, you know, wet it, smush it around, make you a little kind of like paint watercolor situation because doing it on the piece of paper is a no-go. Now that looks good. Wow. Okay now. I like the green. I bet you if I mix this blue and this green together, let's see if we can't mix them. Wow, I just found a purpose for those project paint sticks. I can like I'm gonna say like watercolor with them or just, paint with them in a book. Absolutely amazing. Need to do something about that, but we can fix that. So let's try to mix. Let's see if we can mix these two. So one of them is the acrylic paint and the other one is the project paint sticks. Let's see if they get along. Y'all know I love me a good blue-green. Look at that. Woo, I'm gonna make my own teal. Okay, so I need to find something to, I, I probably just need more time flipping it around because it's not really broken up enough. Who wants to paint with clumps? Unless you're going for like a stucco effect. But yes, okay, so how am I feeling about these? You ain't gotta rush out and get them, but if you have them, and if somebody give them to you, yes, make them do it and make them do what they do, baby. I actually like that. All right, so let me show you another page I did. Because I like to practice sometimes. Before I get on here, I try to. So in case there's a blunder and a blooper. All right, let me show you the best way that I found so far to use these acrylic paint sticks. So I took and put down a little bit of the paint. I've already done it now, but I put down a little bit of it and then I added some water to it because just to try to color with it like a crown, that's not gonna work. I mean, it can, but for what I want to use it for in my coloring book, it's just not gonna work. And I added some green to it. So this right here, I did this with the red. It looks so smooth. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful matte. But again, I started with trying to color on the page and it didn't work well for a coloring book. So then I just took and I did the same thing. I put some red down, added a little bit of water, and I was like, let me make it into like a little paint, a paint paste. Now if I could just get these lumps out of here. I mean the other one wasn't lumpy like that. But you see what I mean? Yes. Okay, so this is the Crayola acrylic paint pen. One thing that I love how quickly it dries. You ain't got to go get no hair dryer or, one of those little guns. It dries very quickly, okay? It really does. And I like that. And it dries with a nice matte finish. It doesn't look ashen or anything like that. It's actually a nice matte finish. Because that's what I did with the red. Now I went all outside the line. Now that's why I got that big, thick a border around it. Y'all know I can't drive. Can't drive. I would just be going all outside the lines. But yes, so this is Crayola's acrylic paint sticks. Yes, this is their paint sticks. I like them. Um, I wouldn't just rush out and go get them because I got enough stuff in here already. But if somebody was like, "Here, take this," I'm gonna be like, "Thank you," and I'm gonna use them until it's gone. That I will do. Now, I also added in the mix the Crayola Project. What are they? Sticks. Because I had these in here in the den too. So I added them to the party. I did, and I did the exact same thing with them that I did with the acrylic. Now I like the way I like the way the tube is. So I put some down on this little thing right here, and that is plenty. Put some down. Then I went and got my paintbrush. And okay, in this case, Crystal, you need water. Woo, okay. And I'm quite sure if you I'm just doing it on this little top thing or whatever because it gives me a lot of space when I'm videoing. But you could do it on another surface too, better than me, because why I always end up with these big chunks? Urgh. Okay, so I did the exact same thing, and this cactus gonna be purple today. Yep, it's gonna be purple. Very nice colors, and this is the project sticks. I remember getting these from Ollie's, and I actually got like two sets of them. So now that I know how I'm going to use them, they will get used. They will. All right. Well, we are going to go to our next Crayola supply and demo. Oh, please hold. All right. So this is part one of the Crayola haul or the Crayola Signature series supply haul. Don't forget to watch the video where I colored a page from Kirby Roseanne's book using this Crayola sprayer. And in the next set, what's to come is Crayola Signature Blend and Shade Activity Set, the Pastel Artist Collection, and finally the color and detail markers. Okay, these three items will be covered in the next haul. This is part one, but again, don't forget to go out and watch that video. It's absolutely amazing. All right, this is Crystal the Foxy Colorist coming live to you from the Fox's Den. It's getting late. I'm not sure when you'll watch this video, but it is August 2025. Yes, a new month. All right, y'all. Y'all better keep it foxy. You foxy colorists. Bye.